What should you do when your CRO program hits a dry spell and you can't seem to land a win? In this clip from Experiment Nation, Charlotte chats with Edmund about how to analyze losing A/B tests. Edmund talks about how iterating on losing experiments actually outperform iterations on winners, proving why you should never abandon a single test failure.
It's really important to pay attention to the losing experiments as well. I think it can become easy to just double down on the winner and ignore the loser. But actually what we've seen, again, in some of our meta-analysis is that direct iterations on a loser actually outperform direct iterations on a winner. So often it's as much about trying to understand in your specific context what matters most to users and how can we find a way to actually solve that. Again, thinking in terms of which levers seem to have the biggest impact on users, whether it's positive or negative, and then how do we leverage that in order to generate a positive experience out of it. And yeah, that's, I guess, a foundational part of how we want to work, right? We want to use our A/B test to learn over time, and levers are fundamentally about trying to do that. We don't abandon our most specific sub-levers after just one test because we know the execution itself can be really responsible for what's going on, specifics of the context. Instead, we're looking for cumulative data over time, all organized around these levers and giving us those opportunities to make the horizontal shifts once we have accumulated more data. We know from running several experiments that these appeals to authority aren't as effective. How can we solve this credibility problem via social proof? So you can kind of see how all the way through, from how do we organize our insights, through how should we follow those threads to coming up with concepts, to prioritizing those concepts, and then making sure that we learn from the experiments we run over time, that it can really formulate quite a deep part of the strategy that kind of follows a thread from start to the iterative process that goes on through an experimentation program.